Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Sunday story time right now, and I am really looking forward to this one. Now, the title may sound a little clickbaity, but I assure you it is not. This is what these women are saying about themselves. Now, this article is written by a lady called Alana Kirk. So allow me to commence with Sunday story time. Where have all the good men gone? These sassy, sophisticated, solvent women say they are struggling to find other halves that can measure up. Well, I like that they added in there that they're solvent, which means they don't have any debt. As if that's a selling point. I mean, that should just be the default. But of course, unfortunately, it's not for most women, because by the time their life finishes, most of them on average are about $150,000 in deficit to the world with all the handouts they've received. Now, this article is written by Miss Alana Kirk, or should I say Ms. Alana Kirk? You know what that means. 5 single women share why they've struggled to find men worth dating. Now, I must point out that these 5 women are between the ages of, what was it, 42 and 54. So, I mean, there's a couple of obvious pointers there as to why they are struggling to find men worth dating. They ask if it is possible to find independent, attractive midlife daters. One dating coach said there are 7 women for every man aged 40 to 55. Now, why would that be? Why would it be that, given that we've got a fairly even distribution, maybe slightly more women than men across the world, that we've got only 1 man for every 7 women? Oh, that's right, because all of the younger women are dating the older men. I mean, I don't know why they find that so surprising. At 48, Jane Townsend is, not my words, the words of the author of the article, is beautiful, independent, and single. She keeps fit, takes great care of her appearance, and is looking for a man who is active, in good shape, articulate, and emotionally open. I'm going to show you photos of these ladies later. Given her good looks and vivacious nature, eligible suitors must surely be beating a path to her door. Yet, as Jane from Sheffield explains, it has been a struggle. The men out there are delusional. I went out with a guy who lied about his age, saying he was 47 when he was 50, who then had the gall to tell me he wanted a younger woman so he, as he put it, could breed. Well, Jane from Sheffield, you can't breed anymore because, well, I mean, maybe you can, but the chances aren't high. I'm just saying. And do you have any kids? I don't know. You know, these are some questions that we need answered here, Jane from Sheffield. You can't just go, oh, the men out here are delusional, because, you know, you clearly haven't looked in the mirror since before you read this article. Otherwise, you might realize that it's actually not the men who are delusional. Tut tut. So, after my divorce, I gave up my prime dating years to raise my 2 girls, expecting that when they left home, I'd have time left. Time for what, pray tell? But there has been a shift, and now the men aren't there. Where I live, it's hard to find someone cultured unless they're eating yogurt, and the men my age all seem to be, well, more than a little overweight. So you haven't realized that most of the women in your age group are also overweight, and that's why we maybe don't want to date in that age group? And I mean, if you're not carrying a whole heap of extra baggage here, you're carrying a whole heap of extra baggage in here. You know, like all that emotional baggage. Having been matchmaking single men and women for females blind date column for the past 6 months, I'd like to say Jane's experiences are the exception. But what has struck me is just how many attractive women apply who seem to have so much going for them. Oh, I'm sure they've got a ton going for them. I mean, they've got kids, they've got an ex-husband, they've divorce raped him. I mean, you've just got so much going for you. Oh, and you can't produce children anymore, and you know, you're caked in makeup. I mean, so much going for you. They are in great physical shape, living full and interesting lives. Yet finding suitable men for them to date seems to be a heroic challenge. This has left me wondering why a generation of single, sexy, solvent women just can't find love. What immediately strikes female midlife daters, of whom I am one, returning to the dating scene in later life after a marriage or long-term relationship, is the lack of single men. According to Joe Hemmings, a behavioral psychologist and dating coach, there are an estimated 7 new women for every man on the dating scene in the 40 to 55 age group. So availability is clearly a big issue. Oh, look, there's some related articles. Let's see what these related articles are. Modern dating experiences, including ghosting and breadcrumbing, leave 3 in 4 women feeling that chivalry is dead. What a surprise. Thanks, feminism. British women are entitled and overweight. Accurate. Seduction expert who's dated 200 Russian ladies says men should look to Eastern Europe to find a beautiful, intelligent wife. Not wrong. I've had too many clients coming to me wondering, am I asking too much to find an attractive, independent, solvent guy of my age, she says. As she explains, part of the issue is that when divorce strikes, men and women react in different ways. Men's relationships frequently overlap. They won't leave one partner until they find another, so they're never really single. Yeah, no, that's not quite right. That's actually what the women do. That's why women are known for monkey branching. And, you know, it's not exactly men's fault if they're a good catch that they don't stay single for long, because they've literally got women trying to monkey branch to them before they're even single. Like, they've literally got women throwing themselves at them. So it's not like as soon as they break up with their partner and these women know about, these women are straight onto it. They're latching on. They're trying to go for it straight off the bat, right? Just not wanting to pass up the opportunity. Here we go. We've got Julia, Lucy, and Laura from left to right. I don't know about you guys, but that's not really my cup of tea. And there's a hell of a lot of makeup going on over there. I'm just saying. Both, look, lonely hearts. I know you can't read that because it's backwards since this is a live stream, but lonely hearts. Oh, cry me a river. By contrast, women take longer to recover from a breakup. They often step out of the dating ring completely. Bullshit! Sometimes for many years to rebuild their lives or to focus on bringing up children. Bullshit! So apparently both Julia and Lucy have struggled with online dating since separating from their husbands. Laura agrees and says dating sites are full of men her age and older who just seem lazy. We don't need to work for it because you girls are the ones coming to us. Why would we work? Like, I know you want us to work for it, and I know that it's going to better us if we present ourselves better in the overall grand scheme of things, but there's no benefit to us. Why would we try to present ourselves to you when you're going to come to us anyway, only to have you turn around and say, oh, we want you to try and, look good for us and work hard for us and give us money and spoil us and buy us flowers. The only time that I've bought flowers in probably the last 5 years is because I was pressured into it, right? And it was like not worth the hassle to not buy it, right? But you obviously try and steer clear of those situations. Not a good precedent to set. When they return to dating, it's really hard for them, says Joe. There aren't as many men because they have a wider pool. Men realize quite quickly that there are far fewer of them than there are women of a similar age. I'm glad that you realized at least that, Joe. They then date much younger women, creating a huge void in the market. That is exactly right. It's exactly what's happening. And that's why there's 7 women in the 42 to 60 age group for every 1 man in that age group that's single. And, you know, if you don't divorce, then you're not that valuable, right? It's an interesting concept. You could really dig deep into that philosophically. Just don't go to Sydney University and study philosophy, because on the news yesterday they were saying it's basically just a leftist indoctrination degree for 3 years. Let's continue, shall we? Traditionally, women go for men who are their age or slightly older. That's correct. So they are left wondering where all the men have gone. When Jo coaches women on dating, she tells them to accept the reality. It's just a fact that there is a lack of available decent men, she says. No, that's not a fact, actually, Jo. I'm going to correct you on that. There are plenty of available decent men. They're just not to the ridiculous standards that you expect. It's tough when you're looking for love. You have to realize that it's not about you. It's just a numbers game. No, it's not a numbers game. It's about, like, if you're the... Okay. Women never were very good at maths and statistics, typically speaking. So if there's 7 of you for every man, that means you need to compete a lot harder. Means you need to look better. Means you need to bring more to the table than the other 6 people that's competing for that same 1 man. Right? So it's just simple competition. If you don't want to up your game, then stay single. If you want to up your game, you might get that one dude that the other 6 chicks are vying for. But, and this is the good bit, right? You can tell this is written by a woman who's completely clueless and indoctrinated by feminist dogma. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. Men, right? Wait for it. Indoctrinated over generations to pursue younger women. No, men haven't been indoctrinated over generations to pursue younger women. Younger women have pursued us since the dawn of time. Younger women are more attracted to older, stronger, more valuable, high-profile men for hundreds of thousands of years. This is so deeply rooted in neurological, biological evolution that you cannot change it with a bit of social engineering. Doesn't matter how much you try, it's just not going to happen. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. Men indoctrinated over generations to pursue younger women are instinctively reluctant to consider those of a similar age to their own, even ones who look youthful and attractive. Youthful and attractive by whose perspective? By the perspective of this clearly ridiculously biased and uneducated author who has no idea about the attraction mechanics between men and women, right? So clueless. It is something I regularly notice when I set up dates. Men need to open their eyes to the amazing women in their own age bracket. So attractive 48-year-old dude needs to open his eyes to the 48-year-old women who are just about to go through menopause, that can't have a child, that doesn't look that attractive, who probably has a couple of kids already and expects him to, you know, be stepdaddy to them. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Jane Townsend, 48, was told by one relationship coach that women her age should go for men 15 years older, making her current dating goal a man aged 63. This is Jane here. And don't get me wrong, for her age, she's, you know, relatively decent looking. But that doesn't mean that she's really going to be able to get what it is that she's looking for, because she wants someone the same age. She wants the 666, the 6-figure income, the 6-inch or larger penis. You know, she wants the guy that got the over $60,000 car. You know, there's 4 different 6s. 6-figure salary, 6-inch cock, and 6 foot tall. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. You damn straight. Damn straight. With the statistics against them, women are motivated to want to look after themselves and make the best of what they have, while there is no incentive for men to do the same. Well, so you just answered your own question. There is no incentive for men to do the same, because there's 7 women for every one of us. We're in hot demand, baby. We're the real estate, and there's 7 home buyers out there that want to get their hands on us. So whoever's going to give us the sweetest honey, whoever's going to give us the most benefit, is going to get this piece of real estate for as long as we decide to stick around. That's if we even allow them. See if we even give them the option, right? And see, on top of this, right? On top of this, right? On top of this, we've got MGTOW, men walking away. So there might be one single man for every 7 women. But how many of those single men that are around are actually available? Right? So if we've got, say, 1 in every 2 men saying, no, I'm done, I'm out. That's 1 man for every 14 women. Right? And the rest of them are just jumping on the carousel, hoping that they're going to get to stay on it. But you know, when their turn's finished, they got to hop off and another person jumps on the carousel. Right? There's carousels going on everywhere and they're just buying into it. They're eating it up. They love the carousel. They can't get enough. Yeah, so this generation of men doesn't bother to make the effort to represent themselves in an attractive way, even online. Or they just list what they don't want in a woman and say nothing about themselves because they can. That's exactly right. They can. And those men who do make an effort are in a position to be very, very choosy. Online dating coach off. Yeah, here we go. Online dating coach who's a woman. This is going to be good. Susie Parkas of meetyourmatch.club observes, a man who has aged well has a good outlook on life, a joie de vivre about him, and who has seemingly done well for himself is very attractive to his peers. However, for the most part, he is drawn to younger, sexier, more vibrant models. I love how this woman who's a dating coach and's got her own matchmaking club website even referred to women as younger, sexier, more vibrant models, right? Because you can make that correlation to cars, right? Like if you're driving a 2007 Commodore and you're looking at the new 2018 VXR Commodore, right, man, 2018 VXR, that's just shit, you know what I mean? Like that's a younger car. It looks better. It's got more features. It's got less miles on the clock. A hell of a lot less miles on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Of course I'm going to go for that car. I'm not going to go for the old one. If literally if someone's coming to me and saying, you can have a free car, you can have this 2007 model Commodore with medium features, or you can have this 2018 brand new car, fresh off the lot, with bucket seats, you know, built-in massager in the back, you know, you can get your shit massaged, right? You can't get that in the 2007 model. It doesn't even have heated seats. I say get your shit massaged while you're getting a nice warm back, nice warm butt on a cold winter's morning. You know, you're driving along, your car automatically maintains the distance in the car in front. Like it's doing the work for you, you know what I mean? It's creating an experience for you that you don't get with the old model. So why the fuck would I go for the 2007 model when I can have something that is 11 years younger, way fresher, way more features? Where's the benefit to me? Right? There's no benefit. Of course I'm going to go for the younger model. Anyway, I'm not going to carry on about that because we all know what the goal is, guys. It has a lot to do with his self-perception in terms of being able to choose who and what he wants in a partner because he has the right to, given that he is in high demand. You know what? This chick who runs this dating website, this online dating coach, Susie Parkas, right? I don't know what her dating strategies are like, but at least she's put the nail on, like she's hit the nail on the head in terms of what guys are actually after. She understands the dynamic and she's calling it out for what it is. And, you know, I don't know anything else about this woman, but I can at least respect that she's calling out the real dynamics between men and women and how it goes when younger women are available to us and those younger women are coming to us and saying, hey, we want to give ourselves to you at no cost. Oh, and we're going to cook dinner. We're going to give you a back massage. All we want is your company and some good D. And we'll take your money if you're going to give it to us. But, you know, you have a high enough sexual market value that even if you don't give us money, we're still going to stick around. So, you know, the men who know what's up can derive a lot of benefit, right? It's like reverse Briefholtz law. If you guys haven't checked out Briefholtz law before, please do it. Briffauls. Go and Google it now. actually go and Google it after the video, but write that down, BRIFFAULTS, where the women can derive no further benefit from a relationship because she dictates the terms of the relationship, she won't stay. And it goes around the other way. Now that we're starting to get a lot of women that have a lot going for them, right? We can basically pick and choose, right? Brief false law has been flipped on its head. We're starting to win. Guys, things are going in our favor. Believe that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having people come up to me all the time and saying, oh, have you heard of this thing called men going their own way? I'm like, fuck yeah, I have. You don't even know who I am right now, but you will soon. While good-looking men can pick and choose, attractive women such as Jane effectively become the victims of their drive to remain active and youthful. Women in the over 45 bracket are the biggest buyers of beauty products, accounting for 58% of the market. So basically what you're saying is that if you're over 45, you're buying 58% of the world's fake up because you need to, because that is the only way you're going to attract men that you want to attract. And even then, it's an uphill battle for you. Last year, the 45 to 54 age group spent an average of, get this, £2,238 a year on beauty products. That's over $3,000 Australian, over about $2,500 US roughly. Spent an average of £2,238 a year on beauty products, up 4.1% on previous years. You're going to love this next sentence. Jane says, women see the writing on the wall. Yeah, the wall they just smash through, and take a grip on their health and beauty, staying active, keeping abreast of current affairs, studying, keeping beautiful. Many women feel that men make less of an effort in their appearance as they age. Right? And you've got this file photo here, so it's got this dude. He's obviously aged a bit, and so she. He doesn't need to make an effort. He's already got the numbers backing him up. I go to gym classes made up mostly of women, whereas men my age just think they don't have to make the effort because there are always dozens of younger women who will go out with them. Exactly! There are dozens of younger women who will go out with us. Why the fuck would we be going to spin class and yoga and waste our time doing that when we could be doing things we love, when girls are attracted to us anyway? Girls way more attractive than the ones in our age group. It just doesn't make sense. Right? We're just using simple logic, which is something I suggest a lot of women apply if they want to realize what's going on in the dating world and actually succeed in any way, shape, or form. So a woman who looks great, feels good about herself, and is solvent, that is no debt, and independent-minded won't be drawn to a man who has let himself go or who may be interested in her, but is far too old. So these magnificent midlife daters fall into a void. Well, that's fine with me because I ain't going there. And it's not just about looks. There is a difference in mindset between the sexes too. You mean there's a difference in mindset between old post-war feminists and men? Who would have thought? As Jane will attest, middle-aged and 50-plus men tend to be more set in their ways, less adventurous, and less youthful in outlook. They want someone to look after them. True. While their female counterparts are looking for someone to explore the world and have fun with. And by the way, guys, if you want to check out the source link for this, it's in the description below for after the video is finished. Jane was told by one... So I just want to reflect on that last sentence there. They want someone to look after them financially, while their female... Sorry, they want someone to look after them, just like basically, be nice and do... nice kind gestures towards us, while their female counterparts are looking for someone to explore the world and have fun with. So their female counterparts are looking for someone to pay for their travel, are looking for someone to pay for the accommodation, looking for someone to pay for the airfares, who are looking for someone to provide the property for their retirement, who are looking for someone to buy the car for them, who are looking for someone to spend that £2,238 a year on makeup for them so that they can maintain even a slight competitive edge that still puts them behind the 8 ball in terms of the younger women that are attracted to these older men. Jane was told by one relationship coach that women her age should go for men 15 years older. Correct. Making her current dating goal a man aged 63. Correct. This is even less appealing to women, as it is effectively a different generation and one with very different aspirations. You mean not feminist aspirations? Who would have thought? I've cared for children and my parents, and I don't want to care for a man again, says Jane. Yep, she's a feminist, summing up the attitude of many in her situation. Older men are so set in their ways, you almost feel more like a carer than a girlfriend. Well, I got to understand that's the reality. That's how it is. That's how we've evolved, right? But the social engineering's got you all caught up. Lucy Werner, 46, is another frustrated midlife dater who has been single since splitting from her husband 7 years ago. You mean single after divorce raping her husband 7 years ago? I found internet dating absolutely awful, she says. I live in East Kent and it's such a small pool. There are exceptions, but on the whole, I found the men who made contact were older and certainly looked older than me. Well, you know, that's open for debate, right? Many men of my age target younger women, and I don't fancy the older men, so it's a real problem. I've stopped looking. Having to get back into the dating market, I focused on getting myself fit again, but many men don't seem to make the same effort. Online, you see selfie pictures they've taken of themselves half naked in bathrooms or slouching on sofas. Where is the effort in that? Where is the effort of chicks being like, right? So you're not making any less effort than us. At least we go to the couch. You just like, you're in the toilet taking a shit. You're like, oh, time for a selfie. Right? That's how women do it. That's how the ones in this age group. Or they get their ex-boyfriend to take photos of them traveling, which the ex-boyfriend is paying for, and then they post that up. Oh, look, I'm a traveler. I'm worldly, you know. I'm a wanderluster. Pfft. Hashtag wanderlust. Fuck out of here. So if you actually go hashtag wanderlust, WANDERLUST, that's going to show you all the types of women to avoid. Go and check that out and you'll see what I'm talking about. So women, if you're watching this and you hashtag shit with wanderlust, stop it. We don't want to know about how much you like traveling on someone else's dime. I have 2 children and a career to manage, and I'm forthright. I think men find women like me intimidating. No, we just find women like you a pain in the ass. I want a strong, independent man. Why is that so hard? Well, the strong, independent men attract much younger and much more attractive women. That's the problem for you. Julia Van der Wens is 54. She was just 19 years old when she got married and was with her husband for more than 30 years before he left her 18 months ago. Well, look, that's a shit go, right? But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what the circumstances are, so I'm not going to comment on that. She says, I was devastated, of course, but I made the decision to keep on living my life. I lost weight, started getting into sport, and now I look and feel the best I've ever been. Well, I'm pretty sure you don't look as good as you did when you were 19, so I'm just gonna throw that little nugget into the ring. So just saying, right? The problem isn't the men not liking me, but me not fancying them. I want someone athletic, not pot-bellied. Most of the men I meet seem really unfit. I tried dating websites, but 2 of the men I met were at least 10 years older than their photo. Yeah, because you women never take photos of yourself when you were 10 years younger, do you? Sometimes I think I'm never going to meet anyone. Leslie Roberts, 52, was married in her 20s and divorced in her 30s. There we go. Divorced within 10 years. Called it. She did meet someone new, but they split up after a couple of years, and now she's been single for 2 years. Men my age are all up for a pipe and slippers life, and I'm not, she says. When I got married, my husband was 6 years older than me, but I wouldn't take that age gap now because men aged 52 to 60 are boring. They just don't have any oomph in them. They don't need to. Why the hell would they want to have all this oomph in them for your sake when they can just chill out and, you know, relax and do what they've always wanted to do, which is not have to stress, not have to, you know, bust their ass for someone else's benefit. Once they get past 48, they seem to turn into victim Mildrew. Yet women are making an effort and looking great. I just decided that I wasn't going to go down without a fight. I was going gray, so I went blonde. So you're going gray and you're expecting these like these 666 chads? Come on, like, are you serious right now? At this stage of my life, I need someone who is independent. Of course you do, because you're so independent and strong, but you still need a man. I've set the bar now, and I don't want someone who needs looking after unless he can show he can look after me first. Should middle-aged women just forget men of their own age and date younger ones? Some argue this is the way forward. Younger men are drawn to older women as much as older men are drawn to younger women. And this is not a new phenomenon, says Susie Parkus. They are drawn to the confidence and life experience of older women, especially those who don't look their age. Oh, I'm sure they are. It's a minority, though. This is something I've experienced at firsthand, as well as being told by younger guys when I was matchmaking. Well, Susie, it sounds from what I'm reading, it sounds like you're still single, Susie. So it sounds like they like to pump and dump you, the younger guys, but they're not sticking around. Laura Hall agrees. Tall, slim, and gorgeous. Of course you are. The 42-year-old redhead has been single since her divorce in 2011. You mean her husband's divorce rape in 2011? Smart and sassy. Laura has a doctorate in physics. Oh, God, we've got another doctorate, PhD holder. And works as an optical engineer. So you're an optometrist then. Yet she finds the dating sites full of men her age and older who just seem lazy. I prefer younger men now because they are fun, whereas the older ones are boring, she says. It's not even an aesthetic thing, but a character thing. I can't stand the fact that older men really don't know how to support themselves. I think women have been raised to believe they are winning an amazing prize to get a man, who then has a sense of entitlement. Well, gee, that's the pot calling the kettle black. All these women who have been raised with a sense of entitlement, thinking that they're, telling men that they're winning an amazing prize to get a woman, who then has a sense of entitlement. Right? So apparently the man puts in no effort whatsoever and always thinks he can get better. That's because he can always get better. That's the reason. That's why he doesn't have to put in more effort. It's not that difficult to work out. Yet for many women, dating a much younger man still comes with too much baggage. And again, the playing field is not a level one. Jane Townsend said she is often approached by men in their 20s who want to bang a MILF, but that's about it. They don't want to stick around. That's why Jane's still single. The last date I went on, he was 23 and he was interesting and articulate and we had lots in common. But society says I shouldn't be dating men like him. I'm called a cougar, which makes me out to be predatory. Yet it's perfectly acceptable for men to go out with Barbies half their age. Yeah, and when those men go out with Barbies half their age, they get called pedophiles. So I reckon you got off that pretty easy, to be honest. I know from my experience of talking to women who write, this is how desperate these older women are getting. They're just like, please give me a blind date. Give me anything, like just something to stop me from being alone with my 10 cats on a Saturday night. I know from my experience of talking to women who write in for a blind date how many want a younger man because men of their own age just don't appeal anymore. Unless men change their attitude to dating women of a similar age to them and make more effort with their personal care, and most women accept this is unlikely, it is hard to see how this situation can change for these gorgeous women. Their words, not mine. But Joe Hemming says we can still take heart. Her advice is to go online frequently, make the approach. Don't rule out meeting people in real life and be as socially active as you can. Knowledge is power, so get the determination to take charge, she says. That's right, guys. Knowledge is power. And, men are taking control. Men are getting the knowledge through MGTOW. Men are taking the red pill and gaining knowledge, and they are gaining power by way of this. Right, and if you want to spread this word to other men so that they can gain knowledge and power, smash that thumbs up and let's get this video trending, guys. Appreciate it. And thank you so much, PDR111, for the kind donation of $5. I really appreciate that, brother. You've got to make the choice to be that one woman in 7. It's tough but possible. It's exactly what I was saying before, and she just took the words right out of my mouth. So you really have to make that choice to be that 1 in 7. And being that 1 in 7 is going to mean that you're going to have to put in more effort. It means that you're going to have to actually do things for men. It means you're going to have to actually do things our way. If you want to be that one woman in 7 that actually gets that partner that's the same age, or even to have a chance of that, right? And I found something this morning, you know, it really resonated with me. It really seemed like it aligned with this video. Let me just share this with you. This is what the households of these particular women sound like, right? All of these women in the article, I bet this is what their house sounds like. Yeah, they come home in the afternoon, you know, the pets hear the jingle in the door, and all of a sudden you hear. That's what their houses sound like when they come home of an afternoon. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some education out of it. Look, share this with everyone you know that you think will get a kick out of it, that will actually get, you know, some really good information out of this to help them take the red pill and to help them understand where they sit in the dating pool, because I think that's really important. And shout out to Underdog and all my mods that are in the stream. Riff, Magos, God Botherer, you know, all my MGTOW brothers, MGTOW Investor, Groundskeeper, Willie, Weenie, Live Free. Look, there's so many of you. I can't possibly shout all of you out. I really appreciate you. I can't believe there's 220 something of you in the box right now. It is a huge honor. I'm very humbled. And this is, guys, check out this new, this is so warm. Like today it's 7 degrees in Wagga. So I'm checking this out. I know this is reversed again. I found out when I do live streams, it flips the image, but when I do normal recording and then I upload it, it's around the right way. So that explains that for you. And guys, if you do want to donate, head on over to PayPal in the link below. Head on over to the description. If you want to get one of these or the shirt that Kate Mulvey was wearing in the video yesterday. And if you haven't checked out my video from yesterday, go and check it out, guys. I'm going to put a link in the description below. You will crack yourself laughing. Please don't do what my man Brizzy Boy did and sip beer in the first 30 seconds, because it's probably going to spout back out your nose like it did with Brizzy Boy. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce for now. I'm going to go have dinner with my family. Really appreciate you all. Share this video, smash that thumbs up, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I look forward to catching you in the next video. Peace, brothers.